Well, turns out we now have a semi-official story of what happened with Desi. Turns out the third party there that was filming it. So we've got body camera of the incident, which the Victoria government haven't released, and we've also got the third party who I guess filmed on their phone, which I'm guessing the Victoria Police also seized. It turns out he has finally broken his silence and sort of released a semi-narrative of what happened with Desi and the police officers, which is pretty funny. It turns out that, per the official narrative, there are allegations of child abuse or whatever. They were completely fabricated, or pretty much completely fabricated. Using that, the corrupt Victorian state attempted to force entry into his home and seize all his guns and everything like that. He kind of met him at the door with a shotgun, warned him. He said, "Look, I'm armed. You're not coming in. Not going to get my guns or whatever." They forced entry. He shot and killed the two that were attempting to force entry. The third, according to our source, who released a video on Facebook describing it, our third person, police officer that was there, tried to draw his service pistol, his sidearm, and shot himself in the fucking leg. That's what our witness, our third party to this event, said happened. After that, all the cops fucking ran, probably because they knew it was pretty much fucking absolutely hideous shit show. I mean, forcing entry into an innocent guy's home to seize his guns is a completely fucking horrible look for Victoria Police. It's a completely horrible look for any government to do, pretty much. Yeah. So I'm guessing they just didn't like the way the narrative looked, so they just never released it. Never released either the body cam or the third party video of it. But there you go. Apparently that's what happened, according to the third party on Facebook, who released a video describing the incident. He just shot two of them that were attempting to force entry. The third one shot himself in the leg, fucked up, and ran away. And that's the one that got wounded. That sounds an awful lot like fucking self-defense to me. Self-defense against a fucking corrupt state. No wonder they didn't want that fucking narrative getting out there. That's a pretty fucking bad looking narrative, quite frankly. I guess you've got all these fucking, government cucks that say, "Oh, the police are only doing their job." Yeah, doing their job fucking what? Enforcing false charges on a dude stripping like an innocent civilian's fucking rights away in the name of a corrupt state. That's a pretty fucking bad job to be doing, guys. You fucking probably shouldn't be doing that job. By that same argument, you would have bought all the fucking arguments at fucking Nuremberg as well. You would have said, "Oh no, just all the Nazis that fucking killed all the Jews, they were all just following orders. They're all following orders, let them go. They're innocent. You shouldn't interfere with them doing what they were doing. They shouldn't have fucking not followed orders, they should have followed their orders." It's just this dumb fucking obedience to authority fucking nonsense. It's like this inability to think that Australia's government is as fucked as it is, and it's like always boomers that have this fucking opinion, and they're always maximum pro-gun control. They're like, "Oh no, we haven't had a mass shooting in Australia forever, blah, 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 blah." And then meanwhile you've got fucking home invasions where cunts are getting shot every fucking week. All the gun thing did was ensure, innocent civilians don't fucking have guns. All the criminals still have guns. They're doing, between 1 and 3 shootings a week? Sydney, Western Sydney, to do with fucking drugs and shit. They're armed. They've got guns. It's only the fucking good innocent people that don't have guns. There's still shootings. There's still mass shootings. There was a mass shooting in Australia the other day. The dude fucking shot in several different locations. It's fucking bullshit nonsense. It's communist fucking nonsense is what it is. And at the same time as all this fucking dumb shit, you've got the fucking worst, dumbest, most evil cunt in the UK this fucking motherfucker Lammy saying, oh, we're gonna just suspend jury trials. We're just gonna have judge trials. Corrupt state-appointed judges are going to completely decide your fate. You're not going to get to be judged by a jury of your peers. It is now just your aristocratic betters appointed judge that gets to judge you. Completely fucking unacceptable. Wouldn't be able to do it if they didn't take all the fucking guns away. Lammy should be fucking hanged. I'm saying that outright. The idea of abolishing jury trial, if you have a look at the list of people who have fucking abolished jury trial in dictatorships and purges and shit, that's like Stalin levels evil. That should be a fucking flat no to do that. Like, that's an obvious no to do that. But then again, the UK is fucking putting, what, thousands of people? Several thousand people in prison a year for fucking speech? Islamophobia, which is the dumbest shit ever. Like, if you have a look at the Ottoman Empire and Islam in general, you should be able to fucking criticize it. Like, honor killing, child marriage. Like, yeah, obviously you can criticize that. Like, and then you've got the Ottoman Empire. All the sultans and everything were fucking, you know, mass pedos themselves. But, like, sex slavery. Boys and young girls, by the way. Both. It's a complete fucking mess. And then you have a look at all the Ottoman atrocities that they committed. Like, they were the original... They were an original superpower before, like, fucking, Austria and Russia kind of fucking teamed up on them and fucking blew them out of the water. I guess the US kind of helped with the First and Second Barbary Wars. You know, destroying Algeria, their extension states, and then the Dutch and the English and the French fucking helped there and finished off Algeria, kind of. And they haven't been like a serious power or threat since. They kind of just devolved into Turkey, especially like after World War One and that. But, like, they had their chance at power. When they were in power, they were horrible, fucking evil, pedophile dictator cunts. Like, that's the wages of Islam. And now all the fucking Middle Eastern countries, like, they're all absolutely fucking dog shit. Like, female genital mutilation, child marriage, fucking mass rape. The accusers of... The women who accuse men of rape usually get killed for fucking adultery and shit. Like, it's a complete fucking mess. And to use, like, Islamophobia so you can't criticize Islam, even though, like, that's the wages of their countries, that's the way their countries always turn out. It's complete dog shit. Just fucking wild. And then fucking old Lammy saying, no, you no longer get a jury trial, so common sense can't prevail. We just get to appoint a judge, and that judge will probably sentence you from anywhere from 1 to 3 years for, like, Islamophobia or anything. No! Lammy should be fucking hanged. That's a fucking traitor. That's a fucking traitor right there. That's possibly one of the most evil things fucking put forward by the UK government. Like, that's objectively worse than putting individuals in prison for speech for between 1 and 3 years. Like, for hate speech or whatever. Like, that's bad enough. That's just, like, a direct infringement on your First Amendment. First Amendment rights to say what you want. Then, straight away going after your right to a jury trial, and it's like far-left former communist cunts doing it. Turns out they've just completely, you know, proven every single pro-gun American in America correct. If you give up your guns, the rest of them are going to follow. It just took a few fucking years to do it. Turns out they were all right. Not that Australia's any different. Literally, well, look exactly what happened with Desi. Exactly what happened with Desi. Trump charges from a corrupt state. False charges from multiple years ago. As a pretext to just go in and remove his ability to defend himself from the state. And then there were other allegations from Desi as well, that he had stolen cars and while he had cars stolen from him from the Victoria Police and all that sort of shit. All of which the complicit government media fucking censors, just like they censored the fucking body camera and the third-party video of the incident. Like, they should, if they were operating under, you know, good faith and with transparency to show what was actually going on, you would have seen the full video. You would have seen the body camera of it, you would have seen the third-party video of it. You would have seen it all. If they had, you know, a good case. The mere fact that they are censoring it, they are hiding it from public consumption, should tell you all you need to know about who the good guy and who the bad guy was. Turns out it wasn't Desi. Desi was just literally protecting his rights from fucking government overreach. And the same type of cunt are now doing fucking exactly the same thing in the UK by abolishing the jury trial. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I tell you what, I hope the fucking left wing really actually fucking learned something from what happened when they elected fucking Starmer. In one term as Prime Minister, what has he done? He has effectively outlawed certain speech. He has allowed mass immigration of a hostile, pretty terrible fucking ideology into his country. And now his corrupt totalitarian toady in David Lammy. Lammy should be hanged as a fucking traitor. Trial and hanged. Given away UK rights directly against the right to representation, right to a speedy and fair trial. That's Magna Carta shit. That guy's a fucking treasonous piece of shit. He should be hanged for treason for that one. Like, straight up. That's it. Oh, your right to a jury trial? Ha ha ha. We're the UK, we're your betters. That's literally what it is. It's aristocratic. It's no longer democratic free country. It is something else. Stalin era fucking kangaroo court fucking bullshit. It'll be interesting to see what happens in court with the BBC as well, quite frankly, because none of this shit happens without the BBC covering it up. Just like they covered up fucking mass pedophilia Savile, just like they covered up the fucking... It should have been obvious with the BBC. What's like their fucking artwork out the front of the building made by like a fucking pedophile? First of all, the story it's based on, Shakespeare, is all that Shakespeare Prospero and Ariel, or whatever the fuck it is. That is demonic as fuck. A magician, you know, courting fucking supposedly pagan nature powers and all that sort of shit. That's fucking satanic as fuck, by the way, just in themes. So, right off the bat, you're fucking sus there. You sus far leftist communist Satanist cunt there. Next, the artist that made it was found to have been abusing his own daughters in like a pedophilic manner. Like, that cunt should have been fucking killed. He's the artist that made it. It's still out in front of the BBC, Prospero and Ariel, whatever it was. And if you fucking see that thing, like, it is pedophile to the max. It's the magician and one of the forest spirits that he gets power over and controls and saves from like another thing. It's based on some sort of fucking shitty Shakespeare play. And it's just straight up like a dude and a child. And like the artist that made it was a fucking pedophile. So fucking suspicious, right? Especially coming from fucking pedophile, corrupt UK aristocrat cunts from the BBC. Many of whom's producers have been caught doing sus shit with fucking children at this point. Been caught with fucking child pornography and all that sort of shit. Their bias is tangibly far left, anti-Trump, all that sort of shit. Yeah, none of the fucking dissolving of rights or anything happens without the BBC. So obviously they should be defunded. Like, obviously. They should be defunded for their far left bias, as it is. Their fucking pro-communist totalitarian bias. Their ignoring of the grooming gangs and such. Like, they shouldn't be fucking ignored for that. defunded from that. They should not receive a single cent of taxpayer money. Their doctoring of that Trump fucking interview, just another example of their blatant, horrible far left, bias. Trump's gonna sue them. He's probably gonna win damages when, he sues them, because, hey, let's face it, they did exactly what he's accusing them of. They displayed horrible far left bias, slandered him, took an interview out of context. The damages from that, you could argue, were multiple assassination attempts from far left fucking retards. Like, yeah, he's got damages, he's got cause, and they did it, they're guilty of it, and they knowingly lied, and people have resigned over it, in order to try and save face. They done a pretty dog shitty sort of apology, which, I mean, okay, I guess you can do a shitty apology. He's still gonna sue you for damages. But look, I think the world's healing a little bit. Trump's also now recently called out the UK covering up migrant crimes, and called out Australia covering up migrant crimes. The crimes in Australia, like, Australian media is completely captured. They're not going to report it. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But, like, Trump recently just said, this is after the Afghanistan shooting, where some Afghani dude, former CIA, shot like 2 National Guards people. One of them has died. Trump's just said, nah, no more third world dog shit immigration, which is like a fucking brilliant idea, right? First of all, Muslims aren't exactly great for, social cohesion or the economy of your country. There was the Denmark study that showed that they cost fucking like $1 million a pop. Like, Somali third world Muslims with like female genital mutilation, honor killing and everything, they cost like, what, on average, like more than like $1 million each in taxpayer money to bring here, in order for the left, to try and buy fucking Democrat votes. Like, okay, no, we can say no to that, surely. Afghanis are the number 1 for rape, I'm pretty sure, according to, I think it was a UK study. They were like 22 times more likely than Brits to fucking rape people. So, right off the bat, oh, and by the way, Somalis are like, 60% of Somalis are like represented in violent crime. Majority of Somalis are Muslim, I'm pretty sure, and then of course you've got, Somali female genital mutilation, Somali honor killing, there's probably child marriage there too, there's cousin marriage there, there's the birth defects from cousin marriage, there's the impact on social health care from the birth defects from cousin marriage. Like, okay, look, you can make a really good economic case to not bring in the third world, the Muslim third world, right? And Trump has just bitten the bullet and said, oh, look, we're going to block everyone from Afghanistan. That's going to cause rapes in America to plummet. So that's just good news. Then he said, okay, we're going to fucking deport the ones that are here illegally, which is even better news. Somali, 60% violent crime, overrepresented in rape. Not as overrepresented as Afghanis in rape, but he's blocking Afghanis and Somalis, which are both fucking brilliant things to block, right? That's just objectively good policy. That is policy that is going to lead to a reduction of rapes. It's not even racist to say it's going to lead to a reduction of rapes. We can statistically back that up, by the way, with that UK study, and it's also going to lead to just extra money. Like, they're usually dependents on the state. So social health care, especially for, you know, birth defect children. Not all of it is inbreeding. A bunch of it is also because they live in a shitty Muslim dictatorship. A lot of their kids are extremely malnourished, and because they're extremely malnourished, they usually end up a bit fucked up, low IQ and impulsive and violent and all that sort of thing. Like, not great. Child malnutrition or whatever. Not just the kids themselves, but the mothers when they're having their children. Like, if they don't get adequate food, it fucks them up. I read about that in a Bjorn Lomborg How to Fix the World with $50 million or whatever. He points that out with if you genetically modify rice to have more nutrients and you give it to the third world, that would have a great benefit. Like, these people would have a higher IQs than their, you know, 68 average or whatever it is. But like, low IQs across the Muslim world, so not good. But like, immediately you block all immigration from Afghanistan and from Somalia. That's just subjectively good. You're just going to save a bunch of money, prevent a bunch of violent crime, prevent a bunch of rapes. Like, Somalis would be violent crime. Afghanis, 22 times more likely than a white British male to rape. Vastly overrepresented in rape. So you're cutting down a tremendous amount of violent crime, cutting down a tremendous amount of rape. And then on top of that, cutting welfare, and then cutting social health care costs from Somali birth defects, from children from malnutrition and inbreeding. You're saving a lot of money by cutting out the Somalis. The Somalis don't bring a lot to the table. Like, no offense, Somalis, but you don't bring a lot to the table, right? Okay? Can we be honest here? But, like, that's just objectively good policy. I don't see why the left... Like, that's a lot of things to fuck up in your society just so you can attempt to buy votes as the left. Put it that way. It's, what Trump's doing is just objectively good. Like, how do you defend importing a voter that's 22 times more likely than the white British voter to rape? Like, that from the left, like, not that the left cares about consistency.